I swear every time I try and start something, I gotta organize and clean something first. Ah! Basically, I want to level the table and I need to scoot the back end over a little bit and bring the front end this way just a hair. And then we'll get the car up to the proper ride height. And you know what I forgot to do when I was building these legs? I need a little nub sticking down there so I can lift up with a jack. I wonder what that was for. Yeah, I'll find something. So lately I've been more infatuated with hand tools than normal. And I'm like, maybe I'll just cut this with a hacksaw. Yeah, see how long it takes. I got about that far and I'm like, no, this is crap. Where's my grinder? Now, when I went to cut this, I had the diamond coated cutting blade. Looks like a masonry blade, but it's made for metal. But I've kind of come to the conclusion that unless you're roughing out sheet metal cut, these aren't that great, because this abrasive blade took about a third of the time to cut through this little nugget here as what it took with that guy. So you're out. I guess you're still my favorite. I'll admit those are ugly, but it's just a nub for the jack. I don't think I really care. That's close enough. No, that might even be too ugly to put on there. I should grind that a little. Or just weld the crap out of it. Option 2 is much easier. Or lazier, or whatever. This is dumb. Why is that craptacular? Gas is on. Oh, it's turned all the way down. Stupid. Hey, it stuck that time. Alright. I gotta find my helmet. So I left my welding helmet on for I don't know how long, how many days or weeks. I don't have another battery. Somebody's gonna hate me because I didn't grind off that crappy weld from before. Whatever. Yeah, that's ugly. How are you? Alright. So, first impression of working underneath the car with the chassis table, and it's not bad. I can crawl under the table easily enough, and adding a few more inches between the car and the table will make it even easier. I'm gonna say I'm optimistic. Yeah. That sounds terrible. Alright. All right. Oh, that's enough, right? Come on, baby. Woo, hey, that worked good. Why don't we move everything out from under the car first? Oh, that was it. That was it, guys. Yep. Close enough. Now, we level the table, and then we set the height of the car. Looks like the back's got to come up about 1/8. That's not bad. How did I get the... I thought this phone wouldn't run the light when I'm recording. Huh. Learn something new every day. Let's try bringing this up 1/8 of an inch. Currently sitting at ow! Oh. Ouch. Oh, come on. It's gonna be one of those days. Oh no. Loosen the top one. And I can spin the bottom one out. Oh, I'm moving the whole thing. A little more. The level says more. And now, we lock that one tight. Now I should do the front one. Well, looky, we found the culprit as to why it was not going down in the back. We got air gap. So I need to loosen those bolts so the whole thing can flex. Dang. Okay. All right, so it's level now, and I have the floor marked, and we're ready to level the car to the table. I think it's going to be tomorrow. I guess now is as good a time as any to say, I don't really know what I'm doing. Now, I'll say I've worked on a lot of vehicles in my life, and I've built a lot of things from, I did construction work. I built houses for a while. I've been in, worked for an OEM for a lot of years now. I've designed a lot of stuff, and I've built a lot of stuff, but I have not taken an old car like this and built it at this level. I'm learning as I go. Now, I've schemed about it in my head for 10 years, and I've been reading articles and reading forum posts and looking at pictures and watching videos on building roll cages and suspension design and body work, and the list goes on and on and on, because I always seem to have time to do that, sit and research and, learn little bits whenever I can. But for a build at this level, I'm learning as I go, and I'm okay with that. I am learning a lot every time I touch this car. This chassis table that I'm trying to finish up here. Took some thinking. It's not quite like what I've seen. I could have just copied something, right? I always have the drive to do something different, do my own thing, and make it work. Sometimes I really have to try to make it work because it wasn't a great idea to begin with. This is also really slow progress. These videos you see are moving at the speed of my life outside of work and family and obligations in and around our home, right? This is my shop time, my project time. It's not the only project I'm working on. A lot of other projects are just small stuff in the house. And for now, let's get this thing mounted and get on with it. Come on. Slide, baby, slide. I basically want the front of this to have enough space that I can put a shelf for the front tires to sit on, centered in the wheel well, in front and in the back. And I think we're good. Now, we got to throw the tires in here and get pretty close to our ride height before we do any cross members under there. All right, I thought about this for at least 20 seconds. I think. No, I don't think that's a great idea. I think that's a much better idea. All right, before we go to the front, let's see how the tire fits in here. All right, so we're a little bit high, but you know, that's not a bad fit. 24 and a half. 24. The back's still got to come up a hair, but we can deal with that. Now, in case you're wondering, these are not the front tires I'm going to run, though I think it'd be cool. These are 315s, and I'm going to run 245s on the front, so it's more a drag and drive car than anything, I suppose. Well, that does look pretty cool. What do you guys think? Let's look at it from the side. We just got the top of the rear tire lined with the top edge of the fender, the wheel opening. The front is slightly tucked, and it looks a little more dramatic than it is because that fender's supposed to be like that. So just tucked enough that the front end doesn't sit higher than the back end. That's something I don't want. So, what do you think? That's not a bad stance. I'll make sure I'll be able to adjust the height once I have the brackets in that hold the frame somehow. So I basically have two options. I can make angle iron cross members with square tube uprights, or I could do square tube cross members with angle iron uprights. Never mind, the tubes aren't long enough. So these are going to be our uprights. These are going to be our cross members, which I was kind of leaning towards anyway. It's whatever. All right, so there we go. Piece of square tube and the angle iron bracket on the top for the front. Repeat for the other side. And in the back, square tube with just a little flat piece of steel on top. And that's gonna do it for this part of the project. Now I know I have to go and bolt down those pads somehow. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think the next step on this project is probably one of two things. Either setting up the front suspension so I can figure out what wheels I need in the front, or coming back here to the wheel tubs and finishing them off, because of course we can't see it here. That one's basically done. That one needs a bit of work to finish it up. So there you go, chassis table's in, car's on it, leveled, it's attached. We're gonna call it good for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got any comments, go ahead and leave them below. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.